allow me to explain to you what just put that look on my face, right? I walked away from the Tekken series at the end of Tekken 6 because I was like, or was it Tekken 5? No, I think I did play Tekken 6, and I was like, fuck this, man. I fucking loved Tekken up until I was finished with Tekken 4. Tekken 4 was the best, in my opinion. And then they finally released Tekken Tag Tournament 2, 10 years too late. The game had literally changed, so I got to the point where I like beating games where you fight people. Not so much a fan of fighting games where it's just combo tutorials, just juggling people. I was done with Tekken Tag 2 and Tekken 6 when I realised that all it was the whole game was basically the race to get the other person into the air first. So you just press up and circle or whatever, do a kick, and then if you're fighting someone and they get you in the air, you take the controller and you put it down for 10 seconds because there's nothing you can do. You're just watching them practice their juggles, practice their combos. And that's not how older Tekkens used to play, and that's just not what I like. I don't like to go, oh yeah, let's fight. Okay, he's doing his combo. I'll put my controller down while half my health bar disappears and there's fuck all you can do about it. Fuck that kind of fighting game, which is weird because Mortal Kombat has long combos, but it's different. It just feels different. I mean, you can do something about it for starters. You can use 2 Barzia special to break it. Anyway, I dropped the Tekken franchise. I was like, done. After so many years of loving it, done. It's a piece of shit. And then I started playing like Street Fighter 4, Ultra Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4, all that business. Fucking loved it, because I love Akuma. He's the only character I use on Street Fighter. The only character. Because he is amazing. Like, I read lore about how he fought Ryu once, and then just when he was about to lose, he struck the island that they were on with his palm, split the island in 2, right? And then he was able to make his escape. He also once spent 2 weeks underwater battling military submarines as training. They were trying to kill him, he was just training. Akuma is so awesome. And then they released the trailers for Street Fighter 5, which is coming out soon. And I'm like, oh yeah, Street Fighter 5. You know, Mortal Kombat is amazing, I love it, it's my favourite fighting game. But, you know, I've had it a little while now, I don't play it quite so much, and I loved Street Fighter 4, so I might pick up Street Fighter 5, but I haven't seen any trailers showing Akuma. And I'm getting a bit concerned, because if they don't have Akuma, I'm not buying it. It is as simple as that. Which is stupid, because I could probably buy it, pick up another character, and go, oh, I really like this. But I'm going with the preconceived notion of, there's no Akuma, no buy, right? So I just saw a trailer for Tekken 7. And I'm like, Tekken, man, I just don't care. The reason why I clicked on it is because Akuma's in it. And that's what made me go like that. And he's not just like half-baked in it. And I don't mean that as in high. Like, he's not just sort of thrown in and going, yeah, he's got 1 or 2 of his moves. He's got his moves. He's got the fucking Shoryuken. He's got the Hadouken. He's even got the Wrath of the Raging Demon, which is my favourite fighting move in any fighting game ever. His special, where he slides towards them, grabs them, says a couple of words, the screen flashes white, you just hear 27 hits, and then it's just him stood over their lifeless corpse. Fuck, I love that move, and it's in Tekken. So how weird is this, that a Street Fighter character is going to get me back into Tekken, or at least get me to buy a new Tekken game? That's what made me put that fucking look on my face. I was like, not only is he in it, it looks like they're doing him justice, and I'm like, wow, I might have to pick up Tekken. And if Akuma is in Tekken instead of Street Fighter 5 can fuck off, I'm not interested. He's in Tekken. I'm going wherever Akuma goes, basically. So that's what put the smile on my face, which is what I needed, because wow, this is the rant portion of the video. I've had enough with Bethesda, right? I fucking love Bethesda. They make my favourite games ever. Skyrim, my favourite. Oblivion, got to be in maybe now in my top 10. It was in my top 5. Fallout 3. Got to be in my top 10. Fallout 4. Well, it's got to be in my top 10 because I think it's better than Fallout 3. But the point is, when the game came out and the graphics, I don't care what anyone says, the graphics are poor for a game of that sort of, from a company that large, the graphics are poor for a 2015 game. They simply are. They're much improved over Fallout 3, but they are just bad compared to most other games. Look at Metal Gear Solid 5. That looks like a next-gen game. Look at Fallout 4. Doesn't look good. So, there's that. But I kept saying, oh, yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a Bethesda game. They always have not great graphics. I mean, Skyrim didn't look... It hardly looked ugly, but it wasn't groundbreaking or anything. Oblivion, kind of famous for its ugly visual. When it came out, it was good looking, but, you know, and Fallout 3 is just ugly. So, you know, they don't have a habit of making games with good graphics, and they always have bugs in their games. It's known and expected, and everyone just gives them a free pass. And then I was reading a comment, and someone said, why? Why does everyone give Bethesda a free pass? He said, if any other AAA publishing house put out a game with all of these issues, you would be jumping down their throats. If Rockstar put out a game and it had loads of issues, GTA Online, you'd lose your shit and jump down their throats, as everyone did. And that's Rockstar, you know, they're awesome. But Bethesda get a free pass, and I was like, why do they get a free pass? And I thought, oh yeah, because their games are so amazing, you just overlook the things. Like Skyrim, it had serious issues, to the point where I had it on the PS3, and once your save file got over 6,000 kilobytes, 6 megabytes? Once it got over 6,000 something, the frame rate it made the game unplayable. Actually unplayable, to the point where I bought it on the Xbox 360, and then never looked back, never went back to the PS3 version. And there was dragons flying backwards, and there was even they brought out an update to fix some bugs, and it created a new bug where if you submerged the camera underwater, game crashed every single time. So I thought to myself, Fallout 4 is a great game, I love it, but it's not as good as Skyrim, not even close in my opinion. So far I'd give it 8 out of 10. That's being generous considering all the bugs. And I was thinking, I don't think I'm going to give them a free pass anymore, because, you know, with Skyrim and Oblivion and such, you know, you can give them a free pass. Their games are still good, and this game's good, but there's no excuse. Skyrim was a gaming phenomenon. Everyone who's remotely interested in gaming has heard of Skyrim. It was huge. It got them so much money. So now, a company as big as Bethesda, with as much money as Bethesda have got, and as much of a reputation that they've got, it's frankly unacceptable that they're still releasing games in this state, right? And this is the state I'm talking about. I started my 4th character, and I was playing through the game, and I'm going to do this without spoiling. I got to the part where something appears in the sky, but I hadn't yet been to the police station. With all my other characters, I'd gone to the police station first, and then saw this. So I saw the thing in the sky, and then it wouldn't let me fast travel, and I thought, okay, maybe I just need to leave the area. So I ran away a bit, still wouldn't let me fast travel. Okay, maybe I need to go to this thing that's in the sky. Oh, wait, no, that means I need to go to the police station. Oh, I'll go to the police station. So I went there, met the people there, did all the quests there, went up to the thing in the sky, meet the people on the thing in the sky, did all that, still can't fast travel. And this was like over the course of, like, from last night until today. Cannot fast travel. And you might think to yourself, well, you can still play the game. Yeah, technically you can still play the game, but I can't play the game without getting pissed off now, because I'm stuck in my power armor. If I get out of my power armor, I'm over encumbered. I don't want to drop all the junk that I've been picking up, because it's useful junk, right? So I'm over encumbered. There's nothing I've got that I'm willing to drop, so I have to be in this power armor suit that I found, and because I can't fast travel, it's burning through my fusion cores like no tomorrow, which it fucking shouldn't be, because I hardly ever use power armor normally. And I don't want to run all the way back to Sanctuary, so I was running around the Commonwealth, and then I was like, I've had enough of this shit. I'm going to try and look if there's a fix. And someone said that if you attempt to hack a master terminal, it will somehow fix the bug, because, like, that's how bugs work. They're just crazy. One thing affects another thing. No one knows how, but there we go. And some people were saying, yeah, it worked, and some people said, no, it didn't, so I thought I'd give it a go. And the guy in the video said, this is where there's a master terminal. Go here, you don't have to hack it, just try and hack it, bug fixed. And I was like, okay, cool. Oh, it's miles away, I gotta run there. Not really too much of a problem. So I ran there, and I've been there before with other characters. There's 2 laser turrets and a protectron in there. So I thought, I remember this place, those laser turrets fuck you up. So I got my little hunting rifle out with a scope, and I zoomed in, and I was like, okay, there's a laser turret. Okay, hold my breath, steady the shot. Fire! No, it didn't seem to hit it. Okay. Fire! Nope. Didn't seem to hit it again. Maybe the fence I'm close to is clipping the bullets, I don't know, so I'll move out the way. Fire! Still did nothing. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go up on the hill behind them, go right up to them, start shooting them, nothing. Doing no damage. So I go into VATS mode, and I'm looking straight at this turret, go into VATS mode, and as soon as I go into VATS mode, the camera just goes 180 degrees, looks at nothing that's behind me. So I'm trying to queue up my shots, and it goes, you have 0 chance to hit. And I'm like, I know, because you're pointing the camera the wrong way for some reason. So I after I died a couple of times, because as I said, they fuck you up, I just went, that's it. Take some stim packs, I'm going to run into the door, kill the Protectron, access the terminal, and then run away. So I did. I accessed the terminal, and he goes, oh, I can't hack this. And I was like, yeah, I know. And then I ran away, and crouched, and waited until it said hidden, so I knew I wasn't in combat anymore. Tried to fast travel, still didn't work. So I'm like, right, can't play this game anymore then. Because I can't play the game without fast travel. It will take forever to do anything. So, I mean, this is my point, right? There's a bug, which I'm considering game breaking, not being able to fast travel, and it's not uncommon. There's plenty of other people suffering the same bug that happens in the same place. So, Bethesda should be able to find out what's causing it and fix it. They probably will. But, shouldn't have released a game that didn't work. Maybe. So I tried to fix this bug, and in trying to fix this bug, I encountered another bug that made enemies undamageable. This is a game that was released by Bethesda in 2015, with all the money they made from Skyrim, and Oblivion, and Morrowind, and Fallout 3, and all that shit, all the money and reputation they've got. And now they literally have a history of releasing broken games. And if I had a little card here that was Bethesda's free pass, it would be worn out and discarded by me, because I've had enough of it. If the game was as good as Skyrim, maybe I could overlook the problems because the game is so good. And the game is good, but it's not good enough. When you look at their history, the game isn't good enough for me to overlook these problems yet again. And I know these aren't the only bugs. These are the only ones that I've seen. Well, other than the bug where I tried to activate my cooking pot in Sanctuary, and this radroach appeared out of nowhere. They don't normally appear in Sanctuary, and it started killing me while I was in my menus. So I come out of my menus, and instead of the guy standing up and moving away, he stood up, sunk into the floor, got stuck. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Just release games that work. And people say, oh, it's a big game, it's complex. Yeah, so's The Witcher 3, and that's beautiful, and it works. And then there's people that say, oh, well, you know, the environments aren't quite so interactable. It's irrelevant. I'd rather have a game that works than a game where you can pick up tin cans. I really would. So, I'm not saying I'm done with Bethesda. I'm still looking forward to The Elder Scrolls 6. I'm expecting it to be a broken, buggy mess, but I shouldn't be expecting that, and I shouldn't have to just let them off. The fact of the matter is, right, they are too big a company with too much money, with too much of a reputation to just put out, to not make sure their games work properly at release. They're famous for games that are ugly with broken graphics. They kind of are. I mean, look, Fallout 4 isn't ugly. That'd be unfair calling it ugly. It's just way below the standard for AAA games in 2015. Metal Gear Solid, The Witcher, and others. Look, you know, you could point to 5 games that were released this year that were made by AAA publishers that just have gorgeous graphics. But the games are just substandard. For the amount of money they have, they are not reaching the standard that should be expected of them. I don't think it's an unreasonable expectation to expect them to put out a game that works, to put out a game that doesn't just have something occur in it that makes you go, I can't play this anymore because of that. Shouldn't be the case. And I'm not really so much angry at Bethesda, just disappointed, because they need to step up their game. They really do. Do you agree? Fuck knows, let me know. Fucking, they need to just be good. Be more good, Bethesda. Be more good. Tried to press the button, but missed.